campaign, and you can see and hear and feel the shouting, the screaming, acceptance of his track record and what he has done to boost the image of this country. The former president has said that in his campaign tour of the Western North region, he decided to travel to the hinterland to appreciate what the ordinary people are going through. And he expressed regret at the fact that many major initiatives, especially in the road sector, remember, he embarked on what they called Cocoa Roads Project, which took as much as $150 million from monies government was able to secure to boost the cocoa sector, to specifically target the roads which are very poor in this part of the country and several other cocoa growing communities. And he's expressing regret that 4 years on, several of those road projects have been abandoned. Beyond that, he's also surprised that several years down the line, many people in Ghana today, as we speak, do not have access to telecommunications. I'm talking about Vodafone, I'm talking about MTN, I'm talking about Teltigo, and you can imagine what telecommunication has done to improve the lives of the people in the area of job creation, learning, and several opportunities. And I'm sure as you watch the screens, TVXYZ, Wezo TV on TV, YouTube and Facebook, on Ago TV, on several other radio stations which pick the official launch of the 2020 campaign live, you would appreciate the fact that those watching TV now, that the former president is going around engaging ordinary people around where the campaign was officially launched to sell NDC's manifesto. I'll go around and help you to appreciate some of the things in the manifesto, and I'm sure I'll be going around with my cameraman when it is set. But I can see some beautiful ladies around. I want to beckon as many of them to come around because they are holding placards. The placards are basically talking about many things you and I, the ordinary Ghanaian, discussed with the NDC as a party. The former president, who is poised and very confident, he sounded when he officially launched the campaign today, that he is going to win the 2020 elections. He has again served notice that Ghanaians, the NDC, and the general public will not accept any activity by an institution or group of people to subvert the will of the people. I see extended maternity leave to 4 months, free tertiary education for persons with disability, jobs and prosperity. And in the conversation with traditional authorities, with the people at Mini Debes, the former president explained that the job creation initiative will fall under the big push. I'll be speaking to one of the organizers of these pretty ladies you see behind me, who have been selling snippets of what you must expect to see if you download the John Mahama app, or you go to johnmahama.org, that's on the website, or you get copies of the mini books that have been put together. Here you see scrap import duties on all commercial vehicles and other equipment for industrial and agricultural projects. This is one big initiative or promise that has won the several hundred thousands of people. Either they are artisans, they are fitters, masons, fitters, sprayers, electricians. Look at all those who fall under the automobile industry if they have to do with repairing vehicles. Government introduced an import duty that was going to ban the import of slightly damaged vehicles and at the same time the import of some of these vehicles. Otherwise, if we were bringing it in, the import duties were so huge that you were not able to afford to bring it in. The former president has said that under the People's Manifesto, this will be scrapped to give opportunities for as many as possible. Pay all assembly members. This is also another major policy in the People's Manifesto. I'm sure you've heard series of press conferences by concerned assemblymen acknowledging and commending the former president for realizing that assembly members form part of the decentralization concept, and for that reason any initiative that is going to empower them to be more productive on the ground will help push a common cause of making sure that this democracy we are building is participatory, and for that reason those championing or leading that cause at the various district assemblies can do that with a lot of the effort and then the support they need. Extend maternity leave to 4 months. If you're a woman and you gave birth to a baby, after 3 months breastfeeding, you are expected to go back to work. The 4th month is when you are preparing your child and introducing your child to the food you and I eat. The former president said it is trauma on working mothers. That will be added on. An additional month will be added on to make sure that working mothers will be conditioned, make sure their babies live well, and when they return to work, they can be very productive. This one talks about free primary health care for all. All you need to do is to get a copy of the People's Manifesto. Under this policy, my understanding is that a lot more Ghanaians cannot or are not captured under the National Health Insurance Scheme. And so this free primary health care initiative is going to help them to get access to health care, and in most cases in the deprived communities. They could be CHIPS compound or the smaller health facilities. I have a lady here who has been doing this all, and even before I speak to her, let me speak to the Deputy National Youth Organizer of the NDC, Edem Agbana, and standing beside Edem is Obobia. You know her very well, very pretty lady who is very active on TV and radio. But let me engage Edem Agbana first. Edem, I've seen lots of them. I'm even tired. I'm sure this conversation will help us to read as many as possible. What is informing this initiative and how are people receiving it?
Let me first give commendation to our Deputy National Communications Director, Obobia, for the initiative to organize all these young ladies, and project the promises that we have in the People's Manifesto, which has become accepted widely as the document that will redefine leadership in this country. If you look at the items written on the various placards, you will realize that each and every one of them has something to do with young people. And I have every confidence that in 61 days, the youth of Ghana, the youth of Western North will vote to change the politics of division. They will vote to change the politics of unemployment and vote for a government that will create 1 million decent and sustainable jobs. Young people of Ghana on December 7th will vote for a leader who will provide opportunities for all and not for a privileged few. A leader who will spend the hard-earned resources of this country to improve the lot of the many Ghanaians. And that is why we have policies such as the free primary health care. President Mahama is saying that in his first 4 years as president, he spent the country's resources building CHIPS compounds, clinics, polyclinics, district hospitals, and all that. Now, when you finish building hospitals and the people are not able to afford, the hospital becomes useless.
Adam, sorry, we have to cut this. There's a lot more to talk about because I'm told that the former president is just about ready to continue this big project called the official launch of the campaign, which will see him going to your doorstep. So if you're a Ghanaian, just expect that you may have a surprise visit by the former president or any member of the NDC to sell their manifesto promises. I've seen the big push. I've seen 1 million jobs. I've seen pay assembly members. Obobia, before you go briefly, you have been organizing these beautiful ladies, and I can understand how active they have been on the ground because I've seen you in Kumasi and other regions. How has it been, the response so far?
Fantastic response from the public. Many do not own the manifestos, but they see us on the roadside and they can simply read what is in the manifesto. So when you go by your normal duties and you see these young ladies on the street, you will know that the President Mahama has promised to pay fully depositors.
You're on vacation. Oh, okay. Study hard, okay? Study hard. Okay. Thank you. Send your mark also kakaka. Yo, over to Obama NDC. Over to Obama.
decided to vote for you.
Okay.
You vote for you.
Lights,